Hello and welcome to the final episode of the Werewolf Let's Play. Now, Aylin has actually decided that she's going to break again and actually nearly broke my save file again. She did that back when I removed a mod and I think I did it wrong perhaps, but for some reason, even though I was trying everything, she didn't want to fix herself. But I managed to get that sorted. Unfortunately, this time I have not been able to sort out what on earth has happened. Now, I don't know if this is a game bug or a mod. That is my issue, and I really don't want to have to 50-50 my mods and go in and out, in and out, in and out just to see if I can like fix the issue. So I've kind of giving up on that, especially because it's only her that is broken, which is what is so confusing to me. Like, everybody else is working fine, but she's decided that no matter who I click on and no matter what animal I click on, she refuses to have any interactions come up at all. So I can't technically talk to anyone unless she does it of her own free will. Whereas if I click on someone else and click on her, I can interact with her as normal. I have found that I can like shift click on her, on somebody, and that works, but obviously I can't do friendly or romantic interactions that way, which was kind of frustrating because I had this whole idea of a story of how I was going to set things into motion and then be able to end her story on a happy note. Unfortunately, I had to change what I was going to do a lot because I couldn't use her to interact with the people I needed her to at the time, one being Kendall. Now, Kendall and her were good friends and they were in a group together, which we didn't do much with, and I kind of regret not doing more, but when we did it, it was really fun. They had a nice time and they got on really well, and I actually later on in the video decided I think her and Kendall hit it off well, maybe they should get together. And after a while of interacting, she actually said that they were fated mates, which I was actually surprised by. Found her fated mate. Everyone has a destined true. No! Because I know fated mates can be a bit hard sometimes to kind of get. And then here we are with Aylin literally immediately saying, this is my fated mate, I'm supposed to be with this person. And even Kendall was like really loving all the romantic interactions that I was able to at this point. And yeah, so I was like, you know what, we need to have this as a thing, and I wanted to move them in together. But they are both still teenagers, so technically I don't think I could have added her to the family because she was still underage, which I understood. But also I kind of wanted to set things into faster motion so that we weren't waiting around for a long time. And actually Aylin was able to early graduate from high school as well, so she also was playing. I have a mod in by Little Miss Sam, which is live in businesses. On this case we use the live-in store. Now, we were using the odd jobs in order to get money because I didn't want her to actually have a full-on job, but the issue with the odd jobs is that she kept failing them over and over and over again, either coming home with only like 20 simoleons or nothing at all. So I was wasting like half of an episode of her doing odd jobs and not actually getting anything in return. So I kind of took that idea off the board, and I actually decided to put on the lot trait, which meant that we can actually sell items from our house. And what the mod actually does is kind of like the selling table, but instead of having to man it and only have certain period of time when people can come, you can actually open the store and leave it open, and people will just come onto your lot, have a look at everything for sale and choose whether or not to buy something. You can also do the markup price up, you know, to like 100% or just the normal price. And in the end I actually put the markup price to 100%, did a load of painting. Any bugs we caught I'd also set for sale, and then that way she was getting income while also concentrating on finishing up her high school and trying to build her relationship with Kendall. Now, that was going really well, and then I decided that she had enough money to buy a sort of home that someone that had built on the gallery, and it was a really nice house. It was only a 1-bedroom, but it had a double bed, and I thought it was perfect because it fit the lot perfectly because it was built for this lot. And there was also the option of expanding the house in the future, which was my idea to do so as well. And because she actually had the money at the time after selling everything she didn't want, basically the whole land, and then the money she did have after that she used to like hire people to buy furniture, and then we had the new home. And then we had Kendall move in, and Aylin then early graduated from high school, and I aged them into young adults. That was when Aylin decided to break. Now, I don't know whether or not it was a mod, whether or not it's some kind of trait that was attached to her, or whether or not it was because she early graduated, or if it's a bug in the game. I just don't know, because Kendrell also aged up with a cake, and I didn't do the early graduation with her. So I actually removed the early graduation trait from Aylin to see if when I reloaded or saved as or anything like that it'd fix it, and it didn't. So unfortunately, from then on, which was quite early on in this whole story idea I had, she no longer could actually do anything with Kendrell. I just had to use Kendrell to do everything. So Kendrell went and brought a ring and took them on a nice little vacation for a couple of days where she actually proposed to Aylin, and then they went back home and planned their wedding, and they wanted a wedding as soon as possible because they were just madly in love and young and just wanted to do it. And yeah, so we started planning the wedding and everything was going okay. I decided not to go through this whole mod route. I just kind of did the basics just so that it wouldn't take too long, and also because I had to like learn a lot of different things with this mod that's kind of complicated sometimes because I haven't really read through everything for a while. But everything was going really well, but again I was having to do everything from Kendrell's side, which meant that I couldn't really invite people to be in certain roles that I wanted, which was kind of disappointing. But then the big day happened and it was going okay until I asked them to walk to the aisle to exchange their vows, and it wasn't working, and I had to use a mod to take photos in order to be able to actually get them to be married at the end of the day. So that was kind of annoying, and someone died because he was a vampire and I kind of forgot that he was a vampire and he decided to burn up and die. So I'm really sorry for that, Adrian. I'm really sorry. I have your grave with us at all times. But yeah, so basically she managed to get a house. She had Kendrell move in, they got proposed, they got married, they went on their honeymoon, and then I kind of left them, well, pretended to leave them for like a long period of time, which meant I basically stopped recording, edited the house and edited the family, because obviously I haven't got time to actually let them do what they want to do with the story progression. And then yeah, this is where the video will actually pick up here, and yeah, so I do apologize that this video has been all over the place, and I figured just doing a voiceover was a bit easier because I have 7 videos, which there's like hardly any content in any of them, which is kind of annoying because again I couldn't do anything I want to do. But I did want to wrap this up in a way because I wanted Aylin to be happy with a family and with a house, rather than just cut it off and then just leave it to do whatever. And I've also done the same with the Castaway stories. They have a family and a better home, and also the Lockwoods have a family and a home. And I've actually gone off camera and sorted everything out ready for the next Let's Play. But there was one thing I did forget to kind of mention, and that is Aylin made the cure and she made herself human. Now, the clip is obviously on the screen right now, but there was not really anything like, wow, Aylin's now human, or anything like that. It was just, drink, okay, cool. And I was kind of like, oh, is that it? Now, I don't even know if that was what broke her. Like, I just don't know what's wrong with this sim. She just does not want to work for me. But we are going to be playing with her daughter, I believe, Sadie, and also Cruz, which is from the Castaway series. Their child is going to be our main character for the next Let's Play. So all of the family is now connected and I'm super excited for that. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the next part and then I'll catch you guys in the next one. So I've left them for a few years, and they have actually extended not only the house but their family. The house itself has had an extension along the side where the drive used to be, with Aylin selling all her paintings at home and everything. They managed to save up enough money and able to do this big extension. They've added 2 new bedrooms, one upstairs, one downstairs. They extended both living quarters as well, so they can have another bathroom out the back, so they have 2 bathrooms now. They actually have children of their own, home. Kendra is actually pursuing a little hobby of hers about archaeology because she actually loved the Salvadorian sort of culture when they were there on holiday, and they actually went back for their honeymoon, and she just got really into being an archaeologist. Aylin is a stay-at-home mum and actually gets money once a week in order to help with the bills and such. So that gives Kendra a bit more free time and able to do something that she's passionate about now that they don't have to worry so much about the money. And obviously Aylin still sells some paintings on the side as well. They actually adopted their first child, Iris, not long after their honeymoon because they felt like something was missing in their home and they wanted to give someone a loving house. That is when they first did their extension, just so that she could have a room of her own, and actually found out through a mutual friend of the Lockwoods that they could have science babies, so they can actually have a child which is their DNA together. Obviously they love each child no less, but they were very excited about the fact that they could actually do that. Aylin was the first one to actually give birth, and they had Harrison together, and then recently Kendra had a baby and they've named her Sadie. They actually have also taken the last name of Bree as well and are still living in this home very happily together, though they feel like they may need to actually upgrade soon, though Iris is actually nearly graduating high school and is going off to university, so at the moment they are just getting by with what they have in the house. Also, Nala is still here. She's now an elder as well, but she's still living out her best life here with the Bree family. And this is actually where we're going to be leaving them. I'm actually going to be aging these children up, moving out Iris and possibly Harrison, and also aging up Sadie, getting her with one of the family members from our previous Let's Play of the Castaway Challenge. And then we're going to be starting our new family. And I think Harrison also is actually going to be getting with one of the Lockwood families so that we can combine all the families together so that we can have one big happy family. And I'm super excited for it. I'm really sorry that this episode has been very all over the place. Obviously it doesn't really help that I couldn't do anything with Aylin here and I still cannot. So at least that's not passed down to her children, I hope, so that we can at least still communicate when we're playing our next Let's Play, and it does seem to do so. And also here are some of the photos that they took on their wedding day, which I thought was super cute. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. Again, sorry for how it ended, but I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. And if you are interested, these guys will be on the gallery, but they will also have a lot of custom content on them, so obviously you will not be able to download as they look exactly in my game, but they will look not much different nonetheless. Thank you much again. Take care. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.